Hello, students. I am recording this video on Sunday. What day is it? Sunday, June 27th. I decided to sit outside because I got these nice flowers over here. See? And I thought, oh, those flowers will look good in the background, but my framing is off. You can't see the flowers. There they are. Okay. All right. The topic for last week was about privacy, and there was a discussion board post about the Hulk Hogan Gawker case. Okay, thank you to everyone who responded. I left at least one sentence of feedback for everyone. Okay, a couple of things I want to say. Yes, I agree that I think the case was decided correctly. This was clearly a violation of privacy, and Gawker's argument that he's a public figure, therefore these details about his sex life are newsworthy. No, I think in this case, there's no public interest. There's nothing we gain as a society from seeing this video. The one thing that does make me a little uncomfortable was Peter Thiel, the entrepreneur who had been exposed, outed as gay by Gawker. He already had a vendetta against the media outlet and was already planning to use his massive financial wealth to basically try and destroy Gawker. So when the Hulk Hogan case come up, he joined forces and used his money to, essentially bankrupt Gawker. That aspect of it does make me feel slightly uncomfortable that the motive of the person promoting this lawsuit kind of already had it out for Gawker, for good reason or not. That kind of makes me uncomfortable, the motive as to what was driving the Hulk Hogan case. Also, some of you in the discussion board post said that it was appropriation, that Gawker was using Hulk Hogan's likeness for commercial gain. I guess you could argue that. I don't see it that way. I see it as just clear violation of privacy, exposing intimate facts. Appropriation to me would be something like you've taken Hulk Hogan's likeness and you're using it to promote a breakfast cereal without paying Hulk Hogan. To me, that's kind of what I think of when I think of appropriation for commercial purposes. I also disagree with some of you. Some of you said, like Maya said, that that kind of material, sex tape material, can never be newsworthy and is never newsworthy, and that there's never, ever a reason for publishing that type of information. And apparently, two of the Supreme Court judges in the Bart Nikki v. Vopper case said something to that effect. They were talking about Pamela Anderson, that sex tape. I'm not going to issue an absolute, and I'm not going to agree that there's absolutely never, ever, ever a reason to publish something like this. I think in this case, there was no good reason. I think in general, there's no good reason. But just think back a few years ago, there was this rumor, allegation about a sex tape involving Trump. I think you guys probably know the tape that I'm talking about. People said Putin had this lurid, kind of gross sex tape and is blackmailing Trump with this. If, in fact, that tape did exist, just hypothetically, if the tape did exist and it came out, I think news outlets would run it. I think in that instance, yeah, that would actually be newsworthy. And I think there may possibly be some other situations with a politician or really a high profile public figure. And maybe for some reason it's irrelevant. Bill Clinton, this was, many years ago, but Bill Clinton, when he was being accused of having an affair with an intern, Monica Lewinsky, and he famously goes on TV in this famous speech. I think it was even from the Oval Office. I did not have sex with that woman. If a sex tape came out, again, I think media outlets might be justified in running that if, in fact, there had been a sex tape of Bill Clinton. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that. But yes, I do agree in general that the case was decided correctly. A couple of you also questioned the financial penalty, the massive amount of money. And here, see the flowers again. Okay. How the judge came up with this figure. Madison talked about financial penalty. Nathan also questioned the financial penalty, and Alana also had a good analysis of the financial aspect of it. I don't know how that figure was determined. I don't know how that figure was determined. But, again, that's clearly part of it as well. That, Gawker was wrong, but were they wrong $100 million wrong? Were they $31 million wrong? Again, I don't know how those financial figures were determined. And then finally, John Carlo had a nice little personal thing. It's discussion board post that he, I guess, previously had been a fan of wrestling and watched Hulk Hogan. Presumably, John Carlo, you were much younger then, and that it was, basically sad to see what has happened to this man's career. You know, being on top of the world, his huge celebrity, to some people forgot that he even existed, and now he's, you know, battling in court over this kind of embarrassing situation. Oh, my understanding of who made the sex tape, my understanding was that it was the husband of the woman that Hulk Hogan was having an affair with, that he thought they were having an affair and that he arranged to secretly videotape them to prove it. That was my understanding. But Hulk Hogan claims he didn't know he was being taped. So anyway, he says that. Okay, the assignment for this week, let me share my screen. Okay, the assignment for this week is watch this movie, Absence of Malice. There's a link, free link. You could watch it wherever you want, but it's free if you watch it right here. And then do another discussion board post about the movie. Okay, and then finally, I need your initial idea. Take a look at the instructions for the final paper. They've been posted online for a few weeks now. Take a look at that. Spend a day or two thinking about that and post like a one, maybe a 2-paragraph explanation of here's your final paper, what you're going to do. That is what's due. Now, okay, the movie, watch the movie, focus specifically on the actions taken by the reporter, the main reporter in the movie, some of the actions that she does, and analyze, you know, the legal or ethical issues. You could just pick one example and talk about that in relation to JMS 494. There are a number of questionable things that occur in the movie. So there's a number of things that you could choose to write about. And I don't have to tell you too much about the movie. It's pretty straightforward. You can read about it on Wikipedia or IMDb if you want for some more background information. The next movie that y'all are going to watch, Good Night and Good Luck, I am going to provide a little bit of historical context for that one because that's based on a real incident in history. But Absence of Malice, you're smart. Watch the movie. I like it. I find it enjoyable. Hope you do as well. Okay, that's it. Watch the movie, write about it, and come up with a final, the idea for your final paper. That's it.